G'day guys, you're back with Miracle Max. Today in the lab we have a BA Falcon interior command center that's given up the ghost. It's got no power, it's not working whatsoever. Let's have a look at it together. Now this ICC or Interior Command Center is quite a busy guy. He's got a lot on his plate. Not only is it the audio system, as we can see in the middle here, with sound and menu and all that sort of gizmo, we also have our HVAC system included. So our hot and cold, air conditioning, yada yada yada. But notice here we also have interior light, we have a door lock there, we have heating over here, etc., our vent system. So it's quite a busy little guy. But the problem with this fella here is that it has no power whatsoever. There's a fairly common fault on these. Let's see if this one's suffering from that problem. So to confirm our customer's complaint, we need to try and power this thing up on the bench, and fortunately the customer's given me, this is actually from a wrecking yard, and I believe the wrecking yard will be footing the bill. Either way I'll be getting paid from someone, that's for sure. He's fortunately given me the main connector that goes in the back, and I've identified what I need to power up. Let's have a look at the wiring diagram first. So on our wiring diagram you can see that it's fed by a series of various fuses here. Now I need to apply power to, let's have a look, we need to apply power to pin number 7 and also pin number 8 that's being fed by a 15 amp fuse. So those two need to be powered up. Is there anything else? Well yes, there is. We need that yellow fella there, which is in pin number 35, which is this guy right down here. So 7 and 8, doink doink, together with 35, I need to power those fellas up. So I've got that connector that the customer gave me, and I've powered up those various ones that I need to. As you can see here, whoops, where am I? Right there. I am pin number 7 and 8, those two guys there. Pin number 7 and 8, and pin number 35, which is this yellow guy here. And I've labelled it, it's 35 right there. I've labelled it for, positive. Let's have a look at our negative. Now it appears that we only need a negative in pin number 18, but from what I've seen online as well, we also need to power up pin number 15, which is this guy here, and that in turn comes down to our instrument cluster, otherwise we won't get a display. So that's my negative. You can see that big black fella there, which is pin, 18 I said, didn't I? And of course then we've got that pin 15 over here. So in theory, if I put negative here, positive, where am I? On to, where's it gone? There he is. Put positive onto that fella. Everything should light up. Just to confirm the customer's complaint, as I mentioned, I'm pumping in, what's that, 12.4 volts over there onto the back of the ICC. Now let's have a look how I've connected it up. I've just put those wires to power and ground. Let's lean him forward, hopefully. Okay, so I've just hooked those wires up there and there, my positive and my negative, vice versa of course, and confirm customer's complaint. We got nada. There's just nothing happened whatsoever. Doesn't matter what I press, nothing's happening, no display whatsoever. So we need to pull this thing apart and have a look inside. To accomplish that, for starters, I need to remove this unit here. It's got the power supply as well as the CD player in there, and this here is the power section, so we need to remove that. Not overly hard. If I tilt to one side, there's a series of screws over here that need to be undone, and the same on the other side. So once I've got that on the bench, we can have a look at it closer. I've pulled apart the center section there. It's held in by two brackets, that fella and that fella. Now on one side you need to pull off one bracket, but the other side you can just undo these threaded ones in here. What's that, 3 of them I think. The other side, this side here in particular, you need to get rid of these self-tapping screws as well, here and here. Reason being is because there's a wiring loom that's going to get caught in behind it. That fella there should now shift up. Of course there's a few other wiring looms that need to be disconnected, ergo vis-a-vis this fella here. So we need to undo him off the loom. In theory, come on fellas, get those max muscles happening. It might need a little coercion I think, but a bit of wiggly jiggly happening there and it should come out. There we go, like that. And of course there'll be a few others that we need to disassemble too to get this out of the entire pack. Oh, I've got it out now. So this is the fellow we need to focus on. We now need to disassemble this section from this section. So this is our CD player. This is our power supply here. So we need to undo this bracket along here, and there's a few other odds and sods, including ribbon cables that we need to remove. Just notice on this top bracket here that there's two different sizes of screws. These long fellas go in the middle, and it looks like they might even have a bit of thermal compound on there. These little guys over to the side are small, so just keep an eye out for that. So yes, there was some thermal compound hidden under this bracket, which obviously acts as a heat sink. She's a big sucker, nice and thick as you can see. Put him to one side. Next section we need to get out is, as I mentioned, the power supply here, and there's a heap of screws like did it along there, and a couple along here. The exits are here, here and here. Okay, so we need to undo that, and we've got some more wiring etc. to undo inside. Now that those screws are out of the road, these guys over here and over the back, of course, we need to remove this ear cover. Let's see how I can get under it. It's got a Ford void sticker on it, of course. If you remove it, it's void. Looks like it might have been torn or just age, I'd say. You know, this is pretty old now. It's 2003, something like that, I suppose. So we're just going to try and lever that cover up like it does. And other side, of course, and we should get that CD cover off to give us access to the power side of things. Look at that. And of course, if we turn this around, we need to get rid of this cover on the front here as well. Give us access to this power supply. That's got some ribbon cables in there that we need to be careful with. So hang on to that, I guess, while you're trying to wiggle that bloke off. Over this side, let's have a look. Screwdriver too big, perhaps? Oh, Max, you legend. There's a screw that you missed. Okay, let's get rid of that guy first. Yeah, there's an itty bitty screw, so don't forget about that one. It's a lot smaller than the others, but obviously make sure it gets removed. Okay, this cover should, in theory, come off now without too much hullabaloo, I believe. If I stop hitting the camera, just like that. As you can see, no problemos. Caution, laser, etc, etc. That's for our CD player, of course. Now, as mentioned, I've got these ribbon cables that I've got to be careful with. So this fella, I believe, should... Yeah, that just levers up. There's a couple of little doovie flickers in the side there. So these guys here hold it in place, but this side sort of comes up pretty easy. There's no screws there, which is interesting. I'm not sure if they're screwed in by something else that I've already pulled off or not. I don't know. I'll try and get this side off as well, carefully. Might have to lever that fella, like that. There we go. Now, as mentioned, be careful with these ribbon cables. So lean it over like that and just gently walk it out, in theory. Like that, and like that. Excellent. We've got the offending member, I hope. So we can put our CD player to one side. Next on our hit list, of course, is a series of screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. What else have we got? 1, 2 over here. That looks like about it. So I'll remove those and get back to you. With all those screws now, I should be able to release that panel. Release the secret weapon. There we go there. Turn him around that side. Like that. And finally, looks like it's been held back here somewhere. There's two little sections here that just need to be pushed against, I guess you could say. Just getting caught. I definitely need a smaller screwdriver. But, hey presto. That section's off. Okay, panel's out the road. Put him with that collection over there somewhere. Now I just want to have a look at the circuit board itself. I don't want this external frame on it. And as you can see here, or perhaps you can't see, I might even zoom in for you. Hang on a sec. You can see here and here, or here, and there's another one over that side over there. And I think that's about it. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3 by the looks of things. I can't see anything else. They need to be twisted, of course. They're just holding the board in place. And then I'm hoping that everything should just come off. A pair of pointy nose pliers should be able to do that, no problems. Let's give the old twisteroo. That one's gone fine. I've done the other one over here. Fingers crossed, it should. Ta-da! Look at that, eh? Nice. With our circuit board now out, you can see there's a lot of dust, and I did clean a lot of dirt out of it before. Hopefully it's still okay. We'll put our bracket to one side with the big collection that's sitting over there, and we'll have a very, very, very close look at all these solder joints in here. Apparently they suffer from cold solder joints and therefore don't allow it to power up, and that causes the main issue. So I might even get my digital microscope out and have a good little bo peep. I've got it under my digital microscope at the moment, and yes, while it's not an amazing little microscope, it doesn't take too much to find dry solder joints. Now, let me see if I drag this across here. There's one here, there's one here, across to here. They're just everywhere. And I think this is just the speaker section. It's got FR negative written on it, and RR negative written on it. I'm not even hovering over the power supply side of things as yet. Let's see if we can get over there. What do we got? So we've got CAN. This works on a CAN system to an extent. Let's have a look. Ooh, back there, fella. That's better. All right, so even our CAN system there is, that doesn't look too bad, but let's have a look up higher. I can see dry solder joints there as well. So ACC, this guy here, looks like it's got a bit of a dry solder joint around the back there. They all look pretty average. They don't look very healthy. They're not shiny anymore, are they? So what else have we got across here? So I'm just trying to get the light on it, which is a little bit difficult. But yeah, look, this is suffering from the typical issue that these fellas have, and that is dry solder joints. What do we got over here? Let's have a look down here somewhere. That guy right there has got a circle around it, as you can see. Fella next to it, circle around it. It's all dry solder joints, guys. Another one over here that's indicating that it's to do with ignition. You can see that fella right there has got a big circle around it. They're all not healthy, guys. So I think now it's just a matter of repairing all of them, resoldering pretty much everything that's on there, and making sure that it's up to scratch. I think that's the only way we're going to... What the heck is that? Oh man, that's not healthy, hey? See if I can get that more center screen. And what's it say? It says, well, there's our ground, of course, and what's this guy here? Well, that's our B+. It looks like it's had its bum blown out of it, doesn't it? That's not healthy at all, so I think that's our main issue there, guys. Look, they're all over the place. A lot of work to be done now, but it's just time, a lot of flux, a lot of salt. I can't believe how bad that one is. That is shocking. All right, so there's your problem, lady. All right, so I've got a lot of work ahead of me, but I think I've found the problem. I have already soldered this B+ one, and that came up nicely. My ground one across here as well. Just to show you what I'm doing. A little bit of solder, a little bit of flux on there. I'll just do these speaker ones by the looks of things. We've got a, what's that, 5-volt reference over here. And this looks like speakers, right, left, etc., etc. So I'll just give them a bit of a hey-ho and see how they turn out. Okay, I think they're okay. So yes, just rinse and repeat basically. And there we have it, all signed, sealed and delivered. So like I said, I've done about half the circuit board. Obviously that B+ was not happy Jan, but if I get the rest done, then I can put it together and hopefully we've got it sorted. I've resoldered every single through hole component. Yes, that took some time, but I'm happy with the results. There's no bridging and there's no more cold solder joints. So what I need to do now is give her a bit of a tickle with the isopropyl alcohol and give it a squirt over and a bit of a scrub with me little toothbrush and make sure it's nice and clean. And then we can see, hey, if it works or it doesn't work. Nice and clean now, so I'm ready for the reassemble. I'll just put it together roughly to see if the thing actually works. Excuse the mess on the workbench. I've just got it roughly assembled and I just want to see if it's going to power up. That's the important thing. Is it going to work? So I'll just turn on my power supply up the back here. Once again, I've just wired up according to the connector that I had on the back. So let's see if it powers up. Let's put some power to it. What's it going to... Oh, look at that. Ford. Hello. Security code error. That's to be expected. And the CD player seems to be doing a bit of a tap dance, I think. Not sure if that's related or it's got another issue. But anyway, that's got that sorted. I just need to figure out the security code error next. This ICC was a second-hand unit from a wrecking yard and it didn't even work. So the customer has got me to sort it out. All I need to do now is install it into the vehicle, program it and get it up and running. I hope you got something from this video today, guys, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like, feel free to comment down below. Of course, don't forget about that notification bell. You don't want to miss any future videos. Hey, don't forget about Facebook as well as Instagram. So until next time, guys, this is Miracle Max signing off. I will catch you later.